Hello again everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. I thought I would make a video revisiting the world's favourite fuel producer, Clean Energy Fuels, or ticker symbol CLNE. From a news perspective, there has not been too much spoken about regarding the company since my last update, so I suppose the saying of no news equals good news may apply here. The other thing regarding the lack of news for CLNE is perhaps because they are a more mature company in the sense that they have been around for a while now, there isn't anything drastic happening with them as a business at this point in time. Anyway, in this video I'm hoping to cover what has been going on with the stock through a bit of a technical analysis, as well as look at a few things that have been written about Clean Energy Fuels recently. On a little side note, if you stick around until the end, I want to explain a little bit about what I have planned for the channel given the growing success it has been experiencing. I think I want to do something a little bit unique, but I won't go into it at this stage, as I know most of you are here to learn about Clean Energy Fuels. However, like CLNE, what I want to do is, I think, good for society as well. Anyway, back to the video topic. If you have seen my previous videos on Clean Energy Fuel stock, you will know that I am quite bullish on its future as a company. And I also have visions that if Amazon does acquire a 20% stake in the company at the $13.72 purchase mark that has been suggested as part of their deal with CLNE, there is potential for very big things to come for the company in terms of becoming a potential general energy business. Of course, I'm just speculating on that point, but that's something that I really think could happen if this deal does get pursued by Amazon. Anyway, let's get into the technical analysis and get started with this. So to start with, I have a 1 hour chart that covers the period from International Star Wars Day, i.e. May the 4th, up to the present day. Yesterday's trade being Tuesday the 20th of July. And as you can see, there has been a recent broad market cycle take place. And using that simple shape, one could assume that the market is currently about to enter an upward trajectory. Now I have placed two lines on this chart. The green line is indicating the low point the stock reached in May, the last time we were at the bottom of the market cycle. Just prior to the meme stock rally, the share price saw, which was also further spurred on by the possible announcement from Amazon, which never eventuated regarding taking a 20% stake in the company. So we're looking at just over here. The blue line, sorry my arrow looks a bit like a palm tree, reflects the lowest point the stock has reached in this calendar year over here, which was achieved on Monday amid the broad market sell-off. Interestingly, it is looking like the green line at around the $7.50 mark has started to establish itself as a line of safety. As you can see, it kind of held up over here, and at this point we haven't actually had too much crossover, which puts the current share price of $7.86 at a really good buying point, as it is quite close to that green line in the scheme of the broader stock price movements. Interestingly, since the stock hit that low point, the RSI has seen a strong reversal and has been pushing back up. However, by comparison, the stock price has still remained relatively flat. This could mean we are heading to a share price breakout, as the volatility conditions are certainly suggesting that, as seen by the narrowing Bollinger Bands over here. Now, just to further illustrate this $7.50 point of resistance, this hourly chart for the last 6 days of trade has shown that the stock would not breach this point with any real conviction, and even when the downward cycle of the stock was combined with the added negative market movements during Friday and Monday's trade, it remained strong. So it hardly actually crossed over that line and more or less got back above it by the end of each day. And then on Tuesday's trade, it even went up to the current $7.86 mark. Zooming out a little, I want to highlight the origins of the purple line I've placed at the $10.67 mark. This marks a recent high point for the stock that occurred just prior to all the excitement around Amazon potentially scaling up their involvement in the company, which really came to the fore from February onwards. So this is the point that I'm measuring the high from, and it was from around here, February, that we start to see all the excitement around Amazon kick into the share price action. So given the almost $4 share price upside for the stock at its current price level, there is potentially a great buying opportunity for the stock at the moment. Now, about mid last week, there was a whole series of research and price targeting information from a range of brokerages and research firms that came out. Clean Energy Fuels did feature. It is now included as a stock being monitored by market research and investing firm Evercore ISI, and they have given it an initial underperform rating with a price target of $11. Now back to a daily candlestick chart, I've thrown in the Evercore ISI target price, which is this yellow line here. Pleasingly, it's above the pre-Amazon hype mark, the purple line which we looked at just previously, and as such gives further prospect to potential upside for the stock. So based on these two indicators, it really does seem to be a good price point for someone looking to buy into CLNE at the moment.
Shut up and take my money!
Now, if you add the suggested $13.72 price mark that Amazon has been offered a stake in the company at, you have even more potential upside. So this is that top yellow line there. If this partial acquisition deal were to eventuate, in my mind, I think it is still going to be at least 6 to 12 months away from happening. Especially given that Amazon has to spend at least $500 million on fuels to get their hands on the warrants to buy the stake in the company, and in the meantime, Clean Energy Fuels has to undergo a major upgrade and expansion of their fuel station network as part of the initial deal. Anyway, no matter which of these price marks you are targeting, there definitely seems to be a lot of upside at the current low share price. Now, I mentioned before that there hasn't been too much written about Clean Energy Fuels lately. However, there was a particularly bullish article that came out from Marketing Sentinel, which I will link in the video description below, but I want to quickly highlight some of the sentiment regarding the stock's outlook. So this part of the article reads, Clean Energy Fuels Corp share prices are performing particularly well, not compared to other companies within the same industry. As is evident from the statistics, the company shares have fallen 22.83% over the past 6 months, and at a negative 350% annual growth rate, that is well below the industry average of positive 10.4%. Moreover, analysts have decided to roll up their fiscal year 2021 revenue estimates. The rating firms predict that it will gain 100% in revenue this quarter and will report an increase of 200% in the next quarter. The year-over-year growth rate is expected to be 10.4% up from the previous year. So there is good revenue projections in the pipeline. Consensus estimates provided by 5 financial analysts predict that the company will bring in an average of 74.96 million in revenue for the current quarter. 6 analysts expect Clean Energy Fuel Corp to make 83.19 million in revenue for the quarter ending September 21. The company sales for the same quarters a year ago were 59.85 million and 70.89 million respectively. So another big boost. Analysts predict that the company's current quarter sales will jump, forecasts at 25.2%. Forecasts for the next quarter put sales growth at 17.4%. Looking at the company's year-over-year earnings, the past 5 years showed a positive earnings growth rate of 49.3%. Clean Energy Fuels Corp earnings are expected to increase by negative 149.6%, which is not very good, in 2021, but the outlook is positive with 15% per year for the next 5 years. So there is a lot of bullish expectations by those in the know, it would seem. So it looks like it's going to be tough numbers coming out this year, but there's a lot of indicators pointing to positive things in the future. Anyway, things are looking very good for CLNE. I think there is a good buying opportunity, one that I will likely be looking to seize during the next trading session. I think the stock is quite undervalued at the moment, and there is potentially at least a 50% upside in the near future based on the current share price. Now, I did say at the start of the video that I had an exciting idea about what I want to do with my YouTube channel moving forward. My channel has crossed the required watch time to monetize, which is very exciting for me. I just need to basically double my subscriber count and it can then be monetized. Now, what I want to do with my channel, if I do indeed become able to monetize it, is to turn the channel into a social enterprise. That is, set it up as a business that uses its profits to further a social cause. So the incentive of subscribing to my channel and watching the videos is that it helps support a cause, while at the same time, hopefully you get to enjoy some content that you find useful or interesting. Now, I do have a cause in mind, and I will talk about that more extensively in a separate video soon. I honestly think that if used in this way, YouTube has a huge potential to make a difference in the world, and that's what I want to use it for. Anyway, if you feel like this is a good idea, I would encourage you to support the channel and hit the subscribe button. I still intend to make my stock and finance related videos, as well as everything else I do on here. Anyway, I'll leave it there for this video. I will see you all soon. May the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.